For every gram of protein you're eating, you need to include 10 ml of water and 0.35 grams of fiber. I'll be explaining why. Hi, welcome to another episode where I am talking after I went spiraling for 2 whole days about why water and fiber are essential when you are taking protein. Please note, this is not scientific data. This is based on scientific data, based on mathematical calculations and my brain rot. Let's talk about protein and water first. Protein is essentially made of 16% nitrogen. So 1 gram of protein will give you 0.16 grams of nitrogen, which will then get converted into 0.34 grams of urea. Now, urea, what happens is it goes into your plasma and then it creates something called osmotic load. That is 5.7 milliosmoles per gram of protein. That is, 1 gram of protein will create an osmotic load of 5.7 milliosmoles. Now, what your kidney does is it can concentrate urine between 500 to 800 milliosmoles per liter. Let's take an average of 600. Okay. If you divide 5.7 by 600 milliosmoles per liter, you will get a value 0.0095 liters. That is 9.5 ml. Rounding it off to 10 ml. 10 ml of water is the quantity you need to dilute that urea you get from 1 gram of protein to form a urine concentration of 600 milliosmoles per liter. Makes sense? Now, this is only for the excretion part. Your baseline, that is, you need to consume 35 to 40 ml per kilogram body weight per day. In addition to that, you will need an extra 10 ml for the protein that you're taking in. So, whenever you're taking protein, drink more water. Now, about the protein fiber part. Fiber is not related anywhere to protein digestion in the mouth, in the stomach, absorption, utilization. No. What happens is, any protein that you eat may not be fully digested and absorbed. 10 to 15% of it goes undigested or unabsorbed through your colon/lumen/intestine. That is, say you're eating 100 grams of protein, 10 grams of it is going to your colon. What happens in your colon is you have something called the gut bacteria, which will ferment on this protein. And then they produce ammonia as gas and hydrogen sulfide as gas. So all of these, which are alkaline in nature, they increase your pH in the gut. Now, what happens when you take fiber is when your fiber is basically food for your gut bacteria, right? When that fiber is fermented by your gut bacteria, it produces something called short-chain fatty acids, which will reduce the pH of your gut. So this counteraction is why you need to take fiber with protein. I have a data which I calculated when I looked at a research paper. They did it in a population where they gave high protein food and then they saw that the pH increased by some numbers, and they gave the same population of food, fiber rich food, and they saw the pH changed by different number. I did my math and here is what I found. This is not stoichiometric. This is my mathematics again. Every 1 gram of protein they ate increased their pH by 0.5 to 0.1 units of pH. And every gram of fermentable fiber they ate decreased the pH by 0.1 to 0.2 units of pH. So there's this balance. But if I have to calculate further of how much fiber you need to eat, it's not possible, because that fermentation is not just based on one nutrient or one reaction. We have so many other buffer systems. Your bicarbonate is coming in, your enzymes, your acids, your gut bacteria decide how you digest food. So that was like a dead end. But then we understood that fiber can counteract the effect of just the protein that you're eating. Now, what I could do about figuring out a way of identifying how much fiber you need to eat is stick to the guidelines. So we have guidelines saying that 20% of your total calories should come from protein, and that you need to include 25 to 30 grams of minimum fiber in your day. When you divide this, you get an average value of 0.3 to 0.35 grams of fiber per gram of protein. Again, this is not a biochemical requirement. This is just an observed pattern, because it's not something that you can calculate like a renal load. If this calculation was too much, I will put up a Kerasi post sooner so you can check that out. So essentially what I'm trying to say is that every time you're eating protein, make sure you're having extra water and extra fiber. Because if you look at the tribals, they have 100 grams of fiber easily and they have super strong muscles. See you until the next spiraling session. Bye.